We talk a lot about what does it mean for someone to finish well. And perhaps you've heard someone say one time or another, we want to make sure that we finish well in life. And I absolutely believe that. I think we have to finish well. But what we want to encourage and urge and challenge you here at Fresh Start Network is not just to finish well in life, but also when it comes to replanting a life-giving church, we want to encourage you to start strong. And we think one of the best ways to start strong comes down to your launch day. And I just want to be honest with you. This is just one of those areas that I've seen over time after working with so many churches in various settings, whether it's rural or urban or suburban. This is one of those that people tend to overlook. They tend to think it really doesn't matter much. And I just want to tell you, it matters a lot. It's significant. It's important. Don't bypass this. Pray about it. Get with your Fresh Start coach. Plan. Dream with your team. And launch well. Now, there are two things that I think come to mind when it comes to how you launch, how you actually begin as a church. The first would be, I would launch strategic. I would look at the calendar and ask myself, when is the best time to launch? Now, for most people, and depending on your circumstance, this could look different. For most people, February is a great month, and so is August or September. And let me tell you the reason why. Because you can actually have your launch Sunday in February and have a grand opening in Easter. You can actually have a launch Sunday at the end of August or the end of September and have kind of a grand opening, if you will, closer to the Christmas time. So you provided two opportunities for people to take the next step. And when I say launch strategic, you want to think about your calendar. You want to have that date a year in advance. And then at least 6 months in advance, you want to make sure that you've thought through very, very strategically and intentionally the mailer that you would use. We get asked all the time, well, how many mailers should we send out? And my answer is always the same, as many as you can. You know what you can afford. But just know this, you will not get another opportunity to have a first Sunday. And so we encourage you to think about your resources, use them generously and strategically, pray over them, and then send them out. And 6 months before, go ahead and start unleashing, if you will, on social media and other places, strategic ways to get the word out that you are so excited about this relaunch, this new beginning, replanting a life-giving church. Think about who are the influencers in your community. Maybe it's the mayor or the chief of police or maybe some other particular area in your community. We encourage you to invite them to be a part. Let's make this a win, not just for your church, but for the community. And when I say launch strategically, why don't you think about your own missional heart? Maybe a way in which you can really make a difference through the launch day. So we have seen churches on the launch day decide to give a financial gift to a local area that's really making a difference in their particular town, community, or city. We've seen people be able to sponsor so many children through compassion on the first day that they launched. Ask yourself, how do I make this not just memorable, but helpful for people to expand their heart for God's kingdom? And another thing on launching strategic, don't miss the opportunity to invite someone there to take their next step with Jesus. Remember, lost people matter to God, and they have to matter to us. Who is your one? Remember, we've asked questions like that. Well, this is someone's opportunity to take their next step with Jesus and really see Him change their life. So launch strategically and also launch large. Now, I made allusion to this, if you will, when it came to flyers and social media and some of those things. And maybe you've heard the phrase launch large. It's become really, really popular. I think it's important for two reasons. The first reason is that typically whatever is your launch Sunday numbers, let's just say you had 200 people join you on that particular Sunday. By the end of the month, typically that number is cut in half. So for the average church, usually you'll have half of that number by the time you end the month. In this case, it would be 100 people. And so think of it this way. You literally only have one opportunity to really make a difference in this way. There will be other opportunities, but not another opportunity just like this. The other reason I think to launch large is because it matters. At the end of the day, you're excited about reaching your community. You're excited about making a difference, and you will have the most buy-in at the very beginning. You'll be able to encourage people to passionately and courageously walk across the room, knock on a door at their neighbor's house, and invite someone. So don't rob them of this opportunity of making a difference. So you can finish well, and we really hope you do. I'm really hopeful that you will finish well, but do not neglect. Get with your coach, spend time dreaming, spend time in prayer. Do not neglect what it looks like to start strong.